Today, we're bringing somebody in back that I've been working with and known for a while. And I'm very excited about the exchange and the university and the education they're doing in the crypto space as well as fintech space. And I'd like to introduce Ed Mundell from BQT. Pleasure having you.
Thank you, David. It's a pleasure to being here. Look at this behind us. You can see really things trading, huh? A lot of stocks.
This is where it all started. This is the stock exchange of the world.
I just heard there's still tobacco leaves out there and up on the roof from the
There's
first
a
trade.
long history here right on Wall Street at the New York Stock Exchange. This is the floor. Can you believe we're here?
I can't believe it. I know what crypto is on everybody's mind right now, and getting a lot of more attention. And this is the perfect place to talk about it, truly, nowadays.
I mean, I grew up in Sweden. You grew up in Europe, right?
Correct.
And now we're finally sitting here on the floor while they're trading, and we're part of Wall Street. We're part of the financial world as opposed to watching it.
Correctly, and it's more and more companies in our space want to be here, I think. So this is just the beginning. I'm really happy to talk about few things today because I think the attention that cryptocurrency is getting is needed, but it needs to turn people to the right direction because such an amazing instrument for international commerce.
Well, but look, let's talk about what you created, what you just launched, what you built. I think everybody wants to learn more about BQT.
BQT stands for Better, Quick, Transparent. So we don't call ourselves like an exchange. We call ourselves an ecosystem of products, of social, interactive trading products and educational products. So the problem that we see in the space is many people hear about Bitcoins and different tokens and word crypto, but they're not educated. They don't know how to touch it. They want to know about it, but they don't know how to touch it. So a lot of products out there, they do certain things like exchanges trade or e-commerce side do something else. But again, there is no educational products to teach people why, for example, cryptocurrency or using certain tool or using certain token is beneficial for them in their own business even. There are so many small businesses could take advantage of this amazing technology and amazing network of products that are already out there that they don't know about.
So talk about the exchange. What does BQT do specifically?
On exchange part is we have again ecosystem different tools. First of all, it's a complete order book, okay? But our order book has a smart price matching engine, meaning if you don't have certain token people want a certain pair for the certain price, or we find something better on another exchange, we'll pull those order books right into mix with ours to give people the better price.
But you're also writing options in the exchange. So so you're allowing people to do individual option trading. So if I put it in layman terms, let's say I have $60,000 worth of in Bitcoin.
Correct.
So somebody could call me up and say, David, I'm going to offer you $63,000 in EOS.
Correct.
In exchange, I want a 30-day option to buy your Bitcoin. If I accept that, I'm writing a call option.
Of course, it's more like we call it hedge trading, meaning let people control their destiny. Don't have to look at certain order book pairs to match, but they can basically place their offer. If you have those Bitcoins and say you want to get Ethereum, you can place them to a special area called escrow and have other peer bidders, it's peer-to-peer, bid against it to give you what offer they can give you to give you Ethereum for that, so that you guarantee by your holdings, but you don't lose your positions.
But I could use Ethereum Classic too, and I could get them to bid.
Anything.
So you're going to be listing all of these, hundreds of them?
We already have over 30 pairs listed. We're going to list many more because we think the more, obviously we're careful. We're looking at our first token, believe it or not, we listed is BNB. Why? Because it's an exemplary token. Its company really showed people and their holders how to increase value of their loyalty token. So we listed them. But we look at each individual token separately, that we want them to provide certain value to their holders. If they don't, we won't list them. But for you as a consumer, let's say, or as a trader, that you don't want to sell your cryptocurrency, you want to take a hold of it for a little longer, but you want to get Ethereum Classic as example. You could do it. You could just place a bid and offer and have many peer traders to bid against it and say, listen, here it is. I know you're guaranteeing it by your Bitcoin. At the end of the hedge period, let's say it's 30 days, 20 days, 15 days, whatever you negotiate, you decide, give back the Ethereum Classic or release the escrow. But this is, at least you're hedging a little bit and not, it's a leverage risk, really.
I mean, it is an intense, gamification of trading. And I would think that other exchanges and other hedge funds would like to trade this short term against their holdings. Maybe a venture capital fund or a private equity fund holding Bitcoin long term might want to use this as a hedge.
Absolutely, because today the only option is you either do a very risky leverage trading 100x, 20x, and it's very risky, or you have to sell your crypto to get another crypto. Here you can make any short-term trades, and as long as you agree with another peer trader on the terms, there is no problem because it's all secure.
I'm excited. You had this vision a long time ago as a former option trader, and now you're sitting here in New York Stock Exchange on this floor. And this is like the culmination of all the hard work. You made it. You're now launching. You have some announcements coming out. Before we go to the announcement, maybe you want to talk to the audience. Who's the audience that you want to address? Who's the audience that you think are the right one? I wouldn't think that somebody buying on the retail street, the right audience, but it'd be somebody who wants to open up a cap and trade, right?
Well, listen, it's our audience is very wide because we're targeting, actually through our educational product, we're targeting a lot of individual traders and teaching them about crypto space. The BQT University product, it has 2 courses and they're certified by top crypto experts. So people can take and really learn what crypto is all about and start getting dangerous, okay? So our hedge trading is also more for the smaller individual investors because people don't want to risk too much money on a big options place, for example, on the big exchanges. They can trade 1 Bitcoin, 2, 3 Bitcoins with other traders. Okay, the social trading aspect of it, which will be released later this year, is actually social chatting room where every trader can open up their trades to others and educate others and write their own kind of courses to help people understand why they trade certain pairs. So the social aspect of it, education, and the ability to hedge their cryptocurrency is more targeted to a smaller consumer, but worldwide, everywhere. So we're not in the US yet because we have to take care of few regulatory sides of it. But Europe, Asia, we have a lot of audience and a lot of holders of our tokens.
Well, look, my family took a stake in Naga, the social trading company in Europe.
Very familiar.
So it sounds like you're going to be doing an ecosystem similar to them, but they're very different. They're focused on traditional assets more so than the peer-to-peer option trading.
Correct.
I would think there could be an interesting fit between those 2 groups there. They've been around for a while, and seeing you come into the space makes it exciting now because this is a new asset class that nobody's doing globally. You're going after options and peer-to-peer options.
But as you notice in this Naga example, people follow that because they need tools like this. They need somebody to share their knowledge. Okay, so it's a very good example.
Now, I've heard from friends that are traders, and they're getting excited about this. They're traders on traditional assets and crypto assets, and when they hear what you've done, they never heard of it. And it's like, wow, they want their traders to start looking at that because it becomes very intense.
Definitely.
Now, maybe talk a little bit about the university. I mean, can anybody just go online and join and learn and educate themselves?
Yeah, bqtuniversity.io.com. It's out there. Go out there, join, pick the courses, pick 1 course or the complete set, and get educated. And we're building more and more and more products into it, more courses into it. And soon we're going to let users, our traders, contribute. We're going to have a trader sections to contribute to, or crypto experts to contribute more to of their specific knowledge. So it's out there, it's live, people use it already.
Now, have you guys thought about people, sharing their strategies and have followers? Is that something you're going to be adding as well? Where if I'm not very good at it, could I go on board and say, you know what, I want to copy your trades?
Absolutely, that's what social chat rooms are. So if I'm a trader, I create my chat room. I might even charge for it if I'm so good. But it has to be based on not just, hey guys, this is a good pick. No. Educate people. tell them why. Tell them why you pick it. If you don't do it, we don't open your chat room. So you have to really, really be targeting. It has to be education specific, not just I'm smart. Here's the pick.
Now I can see a lot of people in Asia liking this kind of strategy where they actually can go on there. It's almost like gambling. It's not gambling, but it's like you're trading and you're betting on marking up and down on individual tokens.
You're hedging on certain token. For example, again, I have Bitcoin, but I want to today. I like certain token. Let's say Ripple, the token TV today, man. I like it. I feel about it today, and I think it's a 10 days window for it. I can do a short-term trade to put my Bitcoin in escrow and have somebody provide the XRP to me. Why? I'm making an educated guess. Okay, it's not just I feel. I'm making an educated guess because I read something, I study something, and I want it, and I get it without selling my own crypto. This is amazing.
Eddie, could you tell me about some of the newest things that's launching right now that audience will want to see?
Well, again, we are very excited about the social chat rooms, and this is our going to be prime product, I think, by the end of this year. And combination with the hedge trade, it will be very successful. So that's what I mean. That's a little bit glimpse of it, but it's going to be a very, very powerful product.
And Eddie, you just are launching on OKX.
Not OKX. We're launching on Coinol. Actually, today was an announcement. I don't know how it happened, but today is the listing announcement. Just happened a few hours ago. So we, Coinol is owned by OKX, so it's their exchange that people go to first. But in the future, we're putting a bid to the OKX as well. We'll see how it goes in August. So.
Well, I've been excited working with your company for the last year, and seeing where you've gotten so far has been amazing. And what I'd like for it to happen is maybe you could have our friend here translate in Chinese and maybe address the audience you have in Asia and translate a little bit about things that we want them to hear.
Definitely. We do have a big Asia audience, and I'm so glad that there's a Chinese-speaking friend here. So, but I want to tell to everybody, not only in China, we're in Japan, Korea, etc., but in China specifically, Chinese-speaking audience, just want to say we greatly appreciate their dedication to our products because we have a lot of users. And I think the social trading of BQT and BQTX exchange is going to be phenomenal starting next year. So kudos to everybody, and very excited to be that part of the world.
今天我们很荣幸的邀请到了 BQB 的创始人艾迪门戴尔来到纽约证券交易所为大家介绍最新的产品。BQB 呢作为新进的数字货币交易平台，为用户提供更快、更新、更透明的交易体验。同时呢，艾迪门戴尔还创建了 BQT 的网上大学，任何人都可以加入网上大学学习，还有使用网上无限的教育资源来做自我教育。艾迪门戴尔呢，希望在明年能够让 BQB 在中国有更好的发展。同时呢，也感谢在中国的广大使用者，谢谢你们对 BQB 到目前的支持。艾迪门戴尔会带领他的团队为大家创造更好、更透明、更快的产品。
谢谢。That's great.
And one of those companies that I want to talk about today, who actually flew in from Korea, are the innovators of a company called Star Lion and Star Cave, where they have actually taken it another level that I haven't seen before, to the extent of being able to take a payment processing solution and that it adds a visualization security level to payments. That can have almost a triple level security on how to make payments and not give people your credit card anymore. The credit card days are over, and this is the way to secure it. So I'd like to introduce Eddie Kim from Star Lion, Star Cave, as well as the founder.
Hi.
Pleasure having you.
Very nice to meet you, David.
I'm happy to have you on your stock exchange, on the floor behind you, the bell is in the back. As a kid, I hadn't even thought that I'd be here one day, let alone sitting here having a chance to talk to you and talk about the innovation you created. And I know that the founder is with you started building these solutions over 20 years ago in Korea, and now using this opportunity as a growth opportunity to come to the U.S. with a solution that is quite captivating in kind of allowing people to be engaged in how to keep their credit card safe, secure, and never give anybody the number, even if you go to Starbucks.
Right.
So maybe talk a little bit, what is the problem that you guys have solved?
Well, basically, David, the problem of today's payment system is the technology. The user pay through their card to complete their payment. The authority of approving the transaction strictly belongs to merchants, not the actual users. So basically, the entire process of transaction from inputting the payment to the approval request is being generated through the main server.
Right.
So it can cause and it can be hacked through the card information. Furthermore, illegal duplication of the card is a serious problem in countries like US and the other countries. So, since it's possible to make online payment by providing CVC number of credit card at the back of your cards,
Right.
We see that there's a very vulnerable. So we want to achieve and create an environment where the customer has a control over the safety of the payment transaction, or problem may just be rectified from its root. Why not modify the entire structure of the process to have the user confirm the amount by him or herself to make sure the payment is fully encrypted? So the singular disposal and a code prevent to hack into your personal information, since it's getting disposed after each transaction, and provide user-friendly format from their smartphone.
So in essence, as I see this, you get this millions of different colors, and the combination of them are in the trillions or even higher.
That's right.
And by swiping on the screen, you create a unique code.
Yep.
And that payment can't be higher. Let's say it's a coffee for $6.06 to Starbucks.
Right.
Right. So I sign on it and says $6.06 can only be sent to Starbucks on a temporary code on my screen on my phone.
Exactly.
I pay at the counter. My credit card is never touched. Nobody else can interfere with that.
That's right.
And my signature makes it unique with the lighting. And you kind of thinking, hey, every time you do a payment, not only is it unique, you don't show your credit card, it pays, but only the amount that you say. Can't be $6.05, can't be $6.07.
That's right.
And it can't be to anybody else except Starbucks that second, that moment.
Exactly. So, basically this is a very innovative program. So what we're saying is that previously when you're using or swipe your credit card into any of the vendor machine, it provides actual information about your personal key, as well as the amount that's to be sent over to the main vendor. But what we do is that we actually separate it and divide it into two different codes, so that your personal key will remain as safe, so that nobody can hack into it. Only the amount to be settled will be sent over to the vendor machine.
No, it took a little while for me to understand how it worked, but it's really right now just on your phone.
That's right.
It looks like a credit card. It has a code.
Yep.
It has even a QR code.
Right.
But if you use it one time at Starbucks, that code will never ever be used again.
That's right.
Cannot be charged again. There's no more money allocated for that code.
Right.
Of $6.06, and that's it.
That's it.
I love that. I mean, because I've had so many situations with my friends, family, myself, with credit cards being stolen, used, etc. And this removes this completely.
Exactly. And furthermore, these days you have NFC code, so which means that people can use their device to tag onto your credit card. While you're speaking to someone else, they can just tap it and get the money out from your credit card. We can totally prevent those type of hacking as well.
It's revolutionizing, and I'm getting really excited about the partnership investment my family's made globally.
Right.
And actually apply this solution. Harrison, thank you for coming to Korea, from Korea over to the US. Very excited about what you built, how you created this opportunity over the many decades of working in Korea. Tell me a little bit about how you started in this space.
이거를 이제 어떤 식으로 시작을 했는지를 한번 설명을 해달랍니다.
세상은 미지의 매트리스 세상으로 점점 변해가고 있는데 그 전자적인 공격을 방어할 수 있는 새로운 혁신적인 구조를 개발하게 되었습니다.
And now you have a long history of working with also messaging companies from Korea, and you've been involved with that for quite a few years. So you're also going to be applying this to that messaging app in the future. Is that correct?
그럼 나중에 메신저에도 이거를 같이 이제 집어넣을 것이죠.
네, 모든 전자적인 방어의 수단으로서 좀 더 안전하게 저희가 매트리스 사용으로 안내해 줄 저희 혁신적인 기술이라고 생각하고 있습니다.
So I understand that you've been working on the top 3 message apps in Korea before. I would think those are companies like Line and Kakao, and then one day you're going to be coming up with something of your own. Please tell us about that vision.
그 예전에 저 되게 유명한 데랑 많이 일을 했었는데
네.
지금 이제 회사를 만드시고 어떤 식으로 이제 운영을 하실 건지.
네, 그 20년 이상의 개발 경력을 바탕으로 해서 이번에 혁신적인 개발 구조를 완성시켜서 세상에 많은 그 보안 솔루션들을 보급하고자 개발하게 되었습니다.
Please tell me, what would you like to tell the audience back home in Korea as you expand here into the U.S.?
미국에 이렇게 진출을 하면서 이제 한국에 계신 분들한테 뭘 이제 말하고 싶으신지.
저희 모든 개발 팀원들에게 이런 혁신적인 구조를 완성시킬 수 있도록 열정을 다 쏟아내어 주어서 너무 감사함을 전하고 싶습니다.
And I would like to ask you, Harrison, what are the 3 things you appreciate the most of this adventure in the last 20 years in your business?
그 20년 동안 이 일을 하시면서 어떤 3가지를 가장 그렇게 생각을 하셨는지.
첫 번째로 그 안전하게 결제할 수 있는 그런 혁신적인 구조를 고려를 해놨고요. 그걸 바탕으로 해가지고 차별화된 구조와 그 인프라를 조화롭게 완성시키는 데 목적을 두고 개발하였습니다.
Would you translate, please?
Okay, so basically, it's a thirst for a better fintech solution and then satisfy the customer. As you know that, when you get to the older generation these days, using an application from the phone is too much complicated for them. And yet, this security itself is not there. So people find it very hard to use it. Sometimes they don't even bother to look into it. So, that's what he wants to change into more a user-friendly environment. As well as, being a pioneer to create a code that gives him a lot of inspiration to, bring it up to the next level of a security tech.
Thank you, Harrison, for talking about how you founded the company and spent the last 20 years building what you have today. Very excited about it. We're going to have the CEO join us right now and talk about his vision of the company and what they're doing for the growth strategies over to the U.S. Both on Starline and Star Cave, 2 different companies. The first one being an advertising agency-focused platform where you watch videos, very short ones, and you earn points or
That's
loyalty
right.
points. And now you're now more focused on you're going to take that expansion opportunity to the U.S. so people can actually earn revenue or loyalty points. But at the same time, you focus more and more on the fintech aspect of the
That's
payment
right.
processing solution that this has been created.
Exactly. So David, basically, when we first create this advertising mining program that we wish to set, is again we're earning a royalty coin, but at the same time we've been exposing this color code system to user base so that they'll be more familiarized with this color coin.
Right. So it's 2 different businesses.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. So there's one business where anybody can just watch videos and advertising and earn points, make even a revenue.
That's right.
And now you're going to say, here's another business, Star Cave, where you have a digital fintech debit card solution, credit card solution.
That's correct. Yes.
Right, very interesting. Now we have the CEO of the company. Thanks for having me here on New York Stock
Nice to meet
Exchange.
you.
It's exciting to be here for the first time,
Yeah,
isn't
first
it?
time. Yeah. I'm
Quite
exciting.
Isn't it amazing? Right on the
Very
floor.
amazing.
Amazing. Okay.
Maybe you can tell me some more of your visions of the company on Star Cave and the growth plans for your company.
그 스타케이브에 대해서 우리 핀텍
네.
비즈니스에 대해서 비전을
네.
한번 설명을 해달라고 합니다.
스타케이브 비전이요?
예.
저희 스타케이브 스타가이오는 정말 이 세상에 많은 사람들이 안전한 결제 서비스를 저희 시스템, 안전한 시스템을 통해서 모든 사람이 다 이용할 수 있도록 저희가 서포트하는 게 목표입니다.
Go ahead.
Right. So basically, for the Star Cave, they want to achieve to make sure that every individual user will feel user-friendly and also have a secure base of protecting their own vault or saving in terms of aspect of not getting hacked. That's their vision for the next 5 years.
I have a partner who actually used to work for Steve Jobs building the iPod,
Right.
and he's a designer. And as we were talking about that the other day, the design aspect of it technically really never stops. And it's challenging. You think it's easy to make an app that seems seamless and the user interface is easy, but it's not.
You're right.
One wrong thing and I get all confused. And I'm like, huh?
Exactly. That's why it took 20 years for them to basically come up with this idea and to realize the actual program. And then we find it quite satisfactory at this moment, how this program turned out to be. And then maybe if we have a chance to show you the program itself, you'll be fascinated how easy and how friendly it is.
Now, yeah, we'll add that to this piece. Everyone can see how it's done.
Right.
But also, what's interesting is that you also have a patent. I'd love to learn more about that you have for this solution.
Right.
And the security is on a very, very high level, obviously. As I looked at it. Now, the expansion plans, I would think that the smart way to go about it would be to partner up with groups where they have distribution and customers, and then grow with the expansion plans to the U.S. I think that's a smart way to go, because you have something unique that we haven't seen. But I think they'll still be very difficult for the user interface to be easy. And most of the time, the first steps, downloading it and understanding what it does. It took me a while to understand how this worked.
Right.
Now, what are some of the strategic, plans that the CEO has for the company over the next 12 months?
Well, next 12 months, just like you're mentioning, he would like to find a partner in US who already have an establishment in terms of a security tech area, because our color code program itself is quite comparable with any other gateway system out there, so that you can just be add on to it. So it's ready to actually use straight away. And then later on, gradually, there's going to be enhancement of different type of color code. And furthermore, we're going to actually build something to the next level that everybody will find it very easy to use.
Please ask him. So, what are some of the opportunities that he's looking at from both Asia and the U.S. that this application can apply to in the short term versus long term?
자, 지금 우리가 비전 중에서 미국하고 동양에 와가지고 앞으로 12달 동안 우리가 여기서 그 성과를 하고 싶은 게 무엇인지. 예.
저기
말하시면 돼요.
그러니까 여기 미국에서요?
네, 미국하고 이제 동양에서.
그러니까 미국 같은 경우는 지금 카드 정보만 가지고 뒤에 이제 카드 정보와 CVC만으로도 결제가 이루어지기 때문에 굉장히 이 해킹과 좀 위협적인 결제 시장에서 위협적인 요소가 많습니다. 그래서 저희 컬러 코드를 통해서 이 안전한 결제 시스템을 미국을 시작으로 전 세계인들이 다 쓸 수 있도록 지금 여기 많은 파트너사들과 함께 저희가 이제 함께 협력해서 나갈 겁니다.
Basically, our CEO believes that US is one of the main country, and then it has advanced in technology. So he wants to introduce the color code to US to make people understand, and from there they will try to form a JV with a lot of different partners to spread out to the world. I think that's his vision for next 12 months.
And could you also ask him, what he would like to convey to his fellow Koreans with the fact that he, managed to do this recording here at New York Stock Exchange, and they have a chance to see him being here.
그리고 우리가 오늘 여기 스톡 엑스체인지에서 이렇게 인터뷰를 하는데 그거 이제 회사에 있는 그 사람들한테 메시지를 전해줄 수 있나요?
지금 저희 이 혁신적인 서비스를 위해서 함께 개발했고 저희 디자인했고 함께 이제 했던 저희 팀원들 그리고 이제 회사 동료들한테 정말 이제 감사함을 표하고 저희가 이제 글로벌로 나가게 됐으니까 더욱더 열심히 일해서 더 성공적인 이 비즈니스를 함께 이뤄갔으면 좋겠습니다. 감사합니다.
First of all, he would like to thank his teammate who come up with innovative and all this hard work to bring them all the way to Stock Exchange here today. And then, make sure that he wants to push it even harder to bring it to the next level. He said, thank you so much for the opportunities.
Well, I'm very happy having both of you here and your founder sharing your vision. And I think it's challenging to convey how clever it is and interactive your solution is. But I love the fact that you have a limited temporary payment processing credit card for every payment you make. And that should be the standard. Every time I go and pay for something, it should be unique, seamless, fast, simple, and not having to be, here's my credit card and you might copy it.
That's
so
right.
that portion of it I love, and I can see a lot of companies, they're in the credit card business, they're going to say, wait a minute, we can make a digital format of this, and the card is never typed in again, and it's protected. I think that could actually create a little, a technology shift here, what's happening with payment processing.
Yep, we agree to that. So, basically, again, we're having a cyber virtual card to taking over a credit card, but people, the user, actually they will not actually feel anything different. It's simple as just giving your card to the counter. But then again, with the extra security system that you have in tap of the card itself, so I don't think that people will feel anything different from that.
And they'll take their card, put it into the system, but that number will never be used again.
Exactly.
That's the beauty.
That's right.
And unless they sign with it and put the amount in, nobody can take it out.
Exactly.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for having you both
Thank
here
you very
today.
much.
Thank you for the founder joining us from Korea
Thank
and
you.
the CEO.
Thank you.
I wish you the best of luck and I hope to see you shortly again. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you
My
very
name is
much.
David Drake, and welcome to Digital Innovators. Have a good day.